Hey, what's going on, you guys? Alright, so today I'm going to be talking about a review for the movie, the Snyder Cut Justice League movie. The Justice League movie has been out for exactly 1 week now, and I want to give my opinion on the movie. I watched the movie immediately when it came out on Thursday of last week, and I enjoyed it. But I want to talk about what, because I didn't want to make a video like immediately because you get that that honeymoon phase where you're like, oh, I loved the movie. I had some time to actually sit down and actually think about the movie and see if I actually wanted to actually enjoy it. So yeah, I'm here to tell you guys what my thoughts are, but before we get into that, I would really appreciate it if you guys would like this video and subscribe to the channel for more reviews like this. And here's your daily meme.
Let's see. Modern fam. Oh, I'm not even Christian. These are Bible verses. Oh, but thank you.
Here you go. All right, so let's hop right into this. So, the Justice League movie. It was what we call probably one of the best DC movies I have ever watched in my entire life. So the thing with this movie is that compared to Suicide Squad or Dawn of Justice, Batman v Superman, or the original Justice League, is that this movie actually has a lot of story. And for a lot of people that are complaining, oh, it's 4 hours long, oh, it's the same exact movie as the original, but just longer and more and worse, is not true at all. This movie is a great movie, and I'm going to give you some reasons of why. So, the original reason of why the original was so bad was because there was no story and there was no. It's like, for example, the original movie that was 2 hours long was put together because let's just say that they had 4 days to do a big, giant, huge project that they got like 2 months to do. So they have 4 days left and they just started doing it. They combined all this stuff together that does not make sense, but it's like loosely connected. So then it like kind of works, and then they get like a passing grade. That's basically what the original was. This movie, the Snyder Cut version of it, is so much better because, well, it just makes sense. The movie starts off with just you just seeing all the characters and seeing where they are at the moment. Like nothing rushes into them coming together. Just they slowly come together to stop Steppenwolf at the time. So like they're trying to just get together. But the whole entire time is that it takes them almost 2 hours worth of time in the movie to get all together. Now, you could say that's kind of slow, but honestly, it's like one of the best parts of the movie in a way, where basically you actually get to see the backstory of a lot of characters. You actually get to see the inside of their life. Like the movie follows right after Dawn of Justice, and you get to see like the impact, the like how everybody else is dealing with everything in the life. So they're like just moving on slowly after that movie, and we get to meet up with all the characters like the Flash, and Cyborg actually has a backstory this time around. It was actually a big backstory for being a 4 hour movie. His backstory was almost like it was like a 1/8 of the story, so it was like a half hour long. You actually got to learn a lot. You learned about his family, the reason why he's a cyborg. It was just all interesting, and like a lot of the characters actually like it gives you heart about them characters. Like the characters aren't flat, the characters aren't boring, they don't come off dry. Like they actually show real character. Like Steppenwolf actually in this movie is very enjoying, and he's very powerful. So it doesn't make you seem like he's just a puny villain. And one thing I don't like is that Darkseid was in this movie. I'll give you that. The one thing that, if you watch the trailer, you would know. The one thing I didn't like is that when they did a flashback, when they showed Darkseid for the first time, he was very pathetic and weak. And I don't like, and Moist Critical pointed out on this too, and I was like, yeah, that's actually really true. It's that it's like if they brought Thanos into Infinity War, but had a flashback of like all these other superheroes like beating him up and just like almost killing him. It was kind of like that. I kind of wish they didn't do that. I wish they made it to like where they were all struggling and then something happened and then it would actually make sense instead of like something being like overpowered. But I think the whole entire point was it is that they all had to work together, being the point of the Justice League. So yeah, um, a few things I didn't like about the movie is sometimes the pace feels kind of weird. Like sometimes you're like, oh, we're on Cyborg, and then like 10 minutes later, oh, we're on Flash now, or we're back to Cyborg, or we're at Wonder Woman, Batman, oh, back to Cyborg, back to Flash. Like it's just all flipping back on characters, and then Aquaman sticks in, and then like you have someone like another character come in. It's like that. It's like it's very everywhere, and it kind of gets annoying after sometimes, but it's understandable when you're dealing with a project that wasn't originally going to be made like this. But like when you have a passion project, like because like Snyder, he wanted to make the movie great, and I think in his ideal way, I think he wanted to make it like 2.5 hours long, but since of like him having a kid, he couldn't really finish the movie himself. So I'm really thankful that Warner Brothers and HBO actually gave him the chance to actually make a movie because I'm glad this movie came out. I'm really happy with this movie. I thought it was great. So yeah, a few things I do want to say though is I really hope that they make a sequel to this movie. Like that's what I'm hoping for. Like this movie just won. Like for being a 4 hour movie, you would think, oh, I don't want to watch it again. Oh, I don't want to see it again, or I don't want to think about it again. It was so good to a point to where I wanted to watch it again. Actually, like right after, I wanted to watch it again. I chose not to, but I really wanted to watch it again. Like I don't know. It was just so story driven that it was just so good in a way that I actually enjoyed it because there was enough action, there was enough story, and enough like enjoyment with all the characters that made me enjoy the movie as much as I wanted it to. Like, because I remember I didn't watch the original Justice League, and now I really don't want to watch it. But I remember my friends just telling me, "Yo, yeah, the Snyder Cut's coming out maybe next year," and I was like, "I'm probably not gonna watch it." And then when I watched the trailer, I was like blown away of how crazy it was, of how like different and like cool from the original trailer it was. And I was like, I'm actually gonna enjoy this movie. And since I had HBO, I was like, all right, why not? So, um, some another thing I didn't really like is this is gonna be kind of stupid is the 4.3 aspect ratio. Yes, I know it's supposed to be like a comic, but like when you're watching the movie and like you just see these big black lines on the side of the screen, it's very annoying and sometimes really hard to see what's going on. But that's just a puny thing. You could fix the effects on a TV. I was watching it on a monitor. Um, Another thing I didn't really like about the movie is that you can definitely tell that the original idea for the movie was to be a show because after like every half hour, the movie then goes black and then says part part like 1 2 and then gives like an extra name. It was kind of being like a show, but like it wasn't. It was just a movie with like cuts. Maybe like for you like to like take a break and then come back. But I don't know. I just kind of wish that wasn't there. It just kind of like slows down the ideal of the movie. It's like you put something in between that causes the momentum to go up. It just like cuts the momentum down because you have like that like 20-second break of stuff. So, yeah. And even with all that though, it's really pathetic stuff to like complain about because the movie was good. And I'm glad that I got to see it. And I really hope that they make a sequel because there's a lot of stuff in this movie that equals to that he wants a sequel. You get to see some future like events that could happen if some stuff like comes in between. I don't want to say anything that happens in the movie because well, I want you guys to enjoy it if you haven't watched it yet and you're still like kind of like I don't know if I want to watch it. I don't know if I want to spend 4 hours watching it. But yeah, I think it's worth it, and I really hope that they make a sequel. So my final ranking for this movie is probably if we go with like 100, like 0 to 100, I give it like an 84. I think that it could have been a little bit better, like with like the small little things could have made it like a lot better of a movie. But I'm honestly not mad at them small little things because I got to remember it's a DC movie, and DC hasn't really been able to make stuff that's like super good. Um, but as of recently, they've been making good stuff like the Joker, this movie, which I really hope that they make a sequel to, and just other movies that they like kind of went back on, like Wonder Woman, Aquaman. Like they were good too. So I really hope that like we get to see some good Marvel or good DC stuff, not Marvel stuff. Some good DC stuff. But yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more reviews like this, I guess. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. See you guys later.
They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret, cause I've got something left and I'm not giving in. I will not let them win. I won't stop till the end.